Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. A big item. We happen to be in the cycle right now, and if you hear me say cycle, you may be thinking along the lines of what I'm going to say next, and it has to do with the presidential election cycle, meaning that we're in the year when we're going to be going through first the primary season in some instances, not for the presidency at this point, but the primary season, and then get into the general election as it's coming to us here in early November. So with regards to financial planning and specifically portfolio management, what are some good ideas to keep in mind? We're getting questions on this all the time at North Main Financial, so we thought it important to come out as we usually do here during the presidential election cycle and talk about some things to keep in mind. I'm going to start with one that may be a little bit blunt up front, but we have to say it this way, and that is, don't make dumb choices. When I say don't make dumb choices, I'm not belittling the choices that anybody makes. What I'm talking about are making choices for the wrong reasons. It's a very emotionally charged time. I get it. And it is every single cycle. And every single cycle, folks say, well, this is going to be the most fill in the blank election in history. Maybe, maybe not. But all of them are important, and that's important to keep in mind. But you want to make sure that you're making decisions for the right reasons. And that leads me into the second point. Take a look at history. Take a look at the history of our country and map that out over a period of stock market performance as well. It's very interesting to see who's in office and who wasn't in office and taking a look at what performance may have been in the markets. I think you might be surprised at what you find if you do that. That's a little bit of a teaser. Give us a call if you want to take a look at that, how that maps over. But then that also brings me to the third point. This is very, very important to keep in mind. And I know it's going to sound elementary, and you'll know this if you had a Civics 101 class, but we have to say it this way because folks think differently. Presidents do not make laws. I'll say it one more time. Presidents do not make laws. They could do some short-term kinds of things with sort of presidential edict sort of things that can run for the short term, but they can't just arbitrarily, especially when it comes to fiscal and monetary policy, make laws. They can influence the Congress, but Congress ultimately is the legislative body. So very, very important to keep that kind of thing in mind, which means you may want to pay more attention to what's happening in Congress than actually what's happening in the Oval Office. But you can see here thematically the kinds of things that we want you to keep in mind during this presidential election season is that it's important to make decisions for the right reasons, for you, not just because of what your neighbor's doing or what a colleague is doing or something you saw on television or the internet. That may, or more likely, is not the kind of way that you want to get your information and make your decisions. Make sure that you're making them for the right reasons. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, take a look at your portfolio, your overall financial plan. I know it's noisy out there. It's going to get noisier before November. But we'd love to sit with you and chat with you about ways in which you might be effective not only in this time, but in all the times that come forward. Take a look at us at northmainfinancial.com.